Hello, welcome to JJ's Cryptic Corner. Today we are going to be watching and reacting to a video from Chilling Scares, 8 most disturbing things caught on doorbell camera footage. Let's get right into it.
In April 2021, a woman named Shayla Bryan and her husband were inside their home in North Carolina when their 13-year-old son went outside to walk their dog. As soon as he walked out the door, the Ring camera footage captured a suspicious silver BMW stop in front of the family's
This is one of those nice neighborhoods
after
too.
which a strange man got out of the vehicle and approached the teenager.
He was like waiting there. He sounds creepy. Who talks like that?
Without even introducing himself, the man asked the boy if he lives in the neighborhood. According to the teenager's mother, she and her husband had taught their son about stranger danger multiple times in the past, but on this particular occasion, the boy appeared to freeze up out of fear.
Yeah?
What's most disturbing about the recording
He
is
probably
that
should
the
have
man
started
didn't waste a
walking
split
back
second
inside the
to get out of
house.
the car and talk to the boy, which suggests he was either prowling around the neighborhood waiting for someone to step out of their house, or he was very familiar with the Bryant family's routine and was specifically targeting the boy.
It seems like he was
Fortunately,
waiting
the
there.
teenager's father was able to intervene before anything could happen.
What you got to ask my son?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was wondering about the airplane noise.
Talking to my son and he ain't got no adult out here. That's kind of creepy.
That's very creepy. Carry on.
When the boy's father confronts him, the stranger is forced to think quickly on his feet and blurts
The
out that he was
airplane
wondering
noise.
about the airplane noise in the area. Obviously, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be driving around a random neighborhood waiting for a 13-year-old
night,
kid to
at
walk out of his
nighttime.
house just to ask him a question like that, and the father doesn't appear to buy the story for a second. Shayla Bryant, the boy's mother, mentioned she remained apprehensive after the incident, especially since it was never confirmed what exactly the man was planning
I
to
think
do.
the kid needs to take
The
the
suspect drove
dog
off soon after
for a
and was never
walk
seen again.
in the backyard from now on. Or maybe not at
On
nighttime,
July 15th,
and maybe not alone.
2022, a TikToker uploaded
Okay, I've seen this one before, and this one scares the crap out of me. It's very simple but effective. I don't know if it's real, but all I get is exorcism vibes, and that's hard to come by nowadays.
this chilling footage of an unexpected visit to her home while she was gone. In it, a disturbing voice can be heard asking to be let in at her house's back door.
In the back door too. Right there, that last part. Nope.
The person repeats the words, "Let me in," as they scratch and
I'm
knock on
actively
the back door.
inside the house,
eerie
under the
quality of
covers,
voice, coupled with the
crying.
fact that nobody can be seen on screen, led a lot of viewers to come up with different theories as to who may have been at the door. During the entire video, a human shadow can be easily made out in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, but the person themselves never walks in front of the camera. Some viewers suggested this alludes to the footage being staged. Others, however, think that someone with
thank you.
malicious intent could be targeting her house and urge the user to
Ooh,
be
you know what would
careful.
be really good?
To this
Imagine somebody pops out of the freaking pool, like the Ring, just pops up and then pops back down. You never see him again. Because if they leave, you'd see it. And then you would check the pool the next morning. I think I would just leave. One of my biggest fears is when I get a home, I'm in an apartment now, and my neighbor has a doorbell cam. I'm like, thank God, because I don't want to have one. If I ever get an alert and my phone's like, ba-ding, someone's at your front door. And then I'm like, okay. And then I check it, and either there's someone there, and I'm freaked out because that's creepy, or there's no one there. And then I'm like, what do you do? That's equally as creepy. Why did the doorbell camera think that there was someone there? I don't know. Ooh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's like irrational fear. Just the fact that it could go off at like 3 or 4 in the morning, or like before I'm going to bed or whatever. Even if I'm on the other side of the door and it goes off and it says, someone's at your front door. It sounds so creepy.
This day, it hasn't been confirmed what exactly this footage shows, and no further updates have been made by the TikTok user. In August 2019, a security camera inside a home in Troy, Michigan captured a suspicious man walking up the stairs and looking around the house.
I live in Michigan, by the way, not far from Troy. So this is a little close to home for me.
Based on his body language, it doesn't look like he knows his way around the home.
That's
because he broke in.
Beautiful home.
Although the next part of the incident wasn't caught on camera, a few seconds after walking up the stairs, the man walked into the homeowner's bedroom, where he found her sleeping. Disturbingly, the woman reported that she woke up screaming to the man standing over her bed. The intruder immediately ran out of the house, but even with the footage, police were left with no leads on who this could have been or how he had gotten in.
He probably thought the house was empty and was planning on robbing it or something.
In October of that year, that the same man was once again captured on camera in another home in Rochester Hills, Michigan.
I live by Rochester Hills too. I guess not by it. How do they know it's the same man? I think he's just robbing homes.
In this incident, the man can be seen climbing onto the hot tub and peering through the window for a few seconds before walking away.
What an idiot.
Although the incident was also reported by this homeowner, the man continued to dodge the police for several months after that.
Okay.
Then, in January 2020, the man made yet another appearance in the area. In this instance, he peered through the kitchen window of the house in Bloomfield Township and hid behind a tree, after which the homeowner received a notification from his home security camera alerting him to the stranger's presence. Even though the first part of the incident wasn't caught on camera, footage of the man walking along the side of the house was later released.
See, now how do they know that's the same guy? How do they have any idea that that's the same guy at all? That's just a dude.
Once again,
walking
the
in the snow
evaded
like an
the
idiot.
authorities, and it wasn't until a few days later that the police finally made a break in the case. In February 2020, the same man was seen by a cop running from a residential yard in Bloomfield Township in the same neighborhood as the last time he was captured on video. This time, he was arrested, issued a citation and a restraining order, and forced to wear a GPS tether until his court date. The man was identified as 27-year-old Donovan Johnson, and it was later revealed that he worked as a bankruptcy attorney. After he was put in jail and released on bond, there were no further updates on the case. But if he was convicted, it's likely he's still serving time to this day.
A bankruptcy attorney.
In September 2018,
breaking into
a man
homes?
named Jeff Knoll uploaded a disturbing
must not have
video
been very
to his
good.
channel, which he titled "Man Trying to Enter My Home in the Middle of the Night." In it, a creepy man can be seen approaching the front door of a home and seemingly attempting to find a way in.
Okay, no, it looks more like Crystalia actually. Okay, it looks nothing like either of them now. It looks like someone's dad. What is he doing? Some of these people are on like the craziest drugs.
Seems pretty non-threatening, but a few seconds later, the man begins pulling on the doorknob and talking to himself.
I mean, I'm laughing. This is clearly terrifying. I'm a Second Amendment believer for these exact reasons, but you can't help but laugh. The guy's knocking on the door and then he's standing on the side of the house like they can't see me. What is he doing? He's so sweaty. What? Hi.
What do I do?
Leave. Nothing. Just go. Me. This is my home. Can I help you? I'm wondering, does he think that the camera is a peephole and he's trying to look into it? He's very clearly on drugs. You don't act this way sober or drunk. He's very sweaty. I don't know what would compel you to attempt to, I don't know, do whatever the heck he's trying to do, knock on someone's door at nighttime? Is this a stranger? Is this his neighbor?
Some of what he says you can somewhat
No
make
clue.
out, but most of it is unclear. Before the man can go any further with his break-in attempt, the homeowner calls out from a window and threatens to call the police.
He's really struggling.
Okay, I was just looking for my dog, Fido. Whoa. You don't have to get all like that and stuff, honey. You know, we could be friends.
No. You need to go.
The man gives an almost laughable excuse, saying
That's
he was
when you open up the front door and you gotta Sparta kick him down those stairs. Then he'd probably be able to sue you. But what are you doing on my yard all methed up? My guy? You need to go.
just looking for his dog Fido. He then tells the woman that they could be friends before
I was hunting wabbits.
walking off into the night.
His excuse
The man
is
was
like
never
the
seen
Looney
again
Tunes.
by the uploader, and they still have no idea what his intentions were if he had gotten into the house.
Oh my gosh. You can't even walk
This
down the
terrifying
stairs.
footage was captured in April 2023 in Connecticut. At 9:30 a.m., a man was recorded walking up the front door of a house wearing an orange vest and holding a package in his hand.
See, if I don't see your delivery truck, I'm not opening the door.
As soon
Sorry.
as the homeowner opens the door, things get disturbing pretty quickly. To make himself seem more genuine, the man
We don't answer our door for anybody because this stuff happens. I would literally rather, like, my mom call me and be like, why aren't you answering the door? You know, or whoever. Or somebody, like, knock violently. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not opening my door. You can leave me a note. If you know me, you can send me a text message. If it's important, a delivery or something, you know what? I'd rather literally miss a delivery. And if I have to sign for it, somebody will inform me that I have to sign for something. It's crazy to me.
man pretends to read an address on the package as the homeowner makes his way to the door. But little did he know, the man wasn't there to deliver a package.
You don't say.
I don't think this is for you.
And then the dude just runs away. I think he was supposed to shoot him. That's crazy. That dude, even while attempting to assassinate somebody, he looks asleep. Wait until they show his
In an attempt to
mugshot.
confuse the homeowner,
Look
the
how
man
sleepy
tries
he
to give
looks.
him the package. But when the owner hesitates, the suspect immediately pulls out a weapon and tries to back the owner into his house. However, the homeowner pushes the man away before retreating into his home. After the armed man ran away, he was identified by police as 37-year-old Xavier Otero and
Sleepy Xavier. Look at him. His eyes aren't even open. Like, what's going on here? This is the guy who you entrusted with the hit job. You're like, call Sleepy Xavier. I need some guy whacked off. And Sleepy Xavier's like, I don't know if this is you. And the guy pushes him gently out the door, and he's like, oh. And he runs out to the car, and then he goes, drive, drive, drive. And as soon as he sits down, they're like, Xavier, wake up. Did you do it? He's like, what? What? Are we there?
was arrested at a family member's house in nearby Hartford, Connecticut. Otero
just
was promptly
crazy.
charged with home invasion, threatening,
Sir, you need to open your eyes for this photo. He's like, what? Who? Oh, I gotta go. I got a hit job. I gotta do. They're like, you've been arrested. You're in jail. You're in prison. You've literally been in prison for 3 years.
criminal possession of a firearm and criminal attempt to commit unlawful restraint. During the investigation, the cops learned about an alleged plot to take part in a home invasion where the occupants of the home were going to be restrained with zip ties and robbed at gunpoint.
What?
The suspect also mentioned something about possibly invading a second home in Manchester, Connecticut. While executing a
Boy, he just like sang like a canary. He's like, listen, I know that first one didn't go well, and you guys arrested me, but that second one that we planned, that one was gonna be That was gonna be the perfect con, the perfect job. What's second one? Well, I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm not supposed to say anything about the second job in Connecticut where we're supposed to break and enter and tie people up and steal their stuff. I'm not gonna tell you guys about that. My lawyer said I can remain silent.
Search and seizure warrant on the home where they found Otero. Police said they found approximately 1.1 kilograms of drugs and other items
What drugs,
used
though?
in the operation.
Sleepy drugs. They found 1.1 kilograms of freaking Ambien.
Factory.
Jeez.
In the same room, the cops found a bag full of heavy-duty zip ties.
Oh my
Shortly
gosh.
after Otero's arrest, police also took the driver of the truck into custody and charged him with conspiracy to commit home invasion and conspiracy to commit unlawful restraint.
Conspiracy to commit to that freaking haircut. What is going on? He got the Lego man haircut. He went to the barber and he's like, give me the Lego man. And they're like, I got you. Just pop that right on his head.
A month after these arrests, a third suspect was taken into custody.
Oh, no.
He was identified as the mastermind behind the operation.
The mastermind?
And promptly sentenced to prison. As of now, all 3 suspects are still in jail.
You're making and selling drugs, clearly. What are you trying to... You're trying to hit some, like, trifecta? Like, we need to make and sell drugs, and then we need to... Like, making and selling drugs, that's 2 already. 2, like, big crimes. And then we need to home invade and rob people at gunpoint. That's at least, like, 5 or 6. Like, why... Did they feel inefficient or something? Insufficient? Like, what is going on in their lives to where they're like, we need to do more. We're not doing enough.
This eerie and confusing footage was captured by a homeowner's Ring camera one night in August 2023 in an otherwise peaceful neighborhood in Bowling Green, Ohio. In the footage, a masked man can be seen ringing the doorbell and immediately running away.
That's just Ding Dong Ditch. Where'd he go? Did he go into that garbage can? Ew, is he standing there?
To be a pretty lame ding dong ditch attempt, which almost every homeowner has been the victim of at some point or another. But looking closely at the footage, you'll notice the man never actually ran away.
That's creepy. That's how you get shot.
While the man stood in the middle of the street staring eerily at the door, the homeowner made his way down the stairs after being woken up by the sound.
That's why, if you don't want to be lethal, like non-lethal, because you're not going to shoot somebody in the street just for ringing your stupid doorbell, get like an airsoft gun or a paintball gun, because I mean, that would be pretty funny. You got this footage of this guy ding-dong ditching you, and then he's standing at the street, and then you see a paintball, and he goes, ah, and he runs away. Like, I mean, that sounds kind of funny. It's probably a felony, but
Under the doorbell.
Don't shoot people, guys.
As soon as he saw this figure just eyeing him down in the middle of the street, he called the cops.
That's funny.
The next day, Bowling Green police posted the video on Facebook, asking the man's neighbors to help identify the masked intruder. And it didn't take long for other residents of the area to
they
complain
got
that
him?
They had been through similar incidents in the days leading up to the uploading of
He
the
did
video.
it to everyone. He did it to the
Following
whole
incident, the
freaking
man was never
neighborhood.
identified by-
Dude, okay, you do this for like a year. Housing prices plummet. And then you come and you buy your house cheap as heck. That's brilliant.
by police. His intentions are still unknown. On a rainy morning in 2020, a Ring camera captured a woman walking up to the front door of a house and ringing the doorbell repeatedly.
What is going on with her mouth? Is she yawning? What is she doing? Stop.
Strangely, the woman keeps her mouth wide open
Why?
almost the entire time. But it's unclear if this is due to
Did
the
she eat
influence
something
of drugs,
spicy?
or maybe if it's a symptom of potential illness.
Drugs.
After a few seconds of waiting, the woman turns around and leaves. The fact that she can be seen apparently putting her fingers in her mouth as she turns to leave suggests that she might have been in pain, a theory that was echoed by several viewers in the Reddit thread where the clip was originally posted.
That's weird.
Other viewers suggested the woman might have been sleepwalking as a result of some powerful sleep medication.
Ew.
But because the clip was captured at 6 a.m.,
Sleepwalking
it's also
freaks me
possible
out.
that she had been wandering around all night. However, it remains unclear if the woman was genuinely asking for help or if she was possibly planning to do something else entirely.
Oh, that one's creepy. Sleepwalking freaks me out. Sleepwalking freaks me out because people literally sleepwalk and then they say creepy things. Like, if somebody's like, you're just chilling, you're at a sleepover with your buddy, your friends are all sleeping, and your one buddy wakes up and he's like walking around or whatever. And then he goes, "There's a man in the corner." And you're like, "What?" And your buddy just turns and he's like, "There's a man in the corner." And then he goes back to sleep or something, and you're just sitting there the whole time. You're like, "Who's in the corner?" And everyone wakes up the next day. They're like, "Hey, man, you look tired." You're like, "Yeah, I didn't sleep. There's a freaking man in the corner." You woke up and told me there was a man in the corner. The sleepwalking I can do without.
Captured at around 1:35 p.m. on October 16th, 2018 in Alberta, Canada. According to the homeowner, he received a motion alert from his Ring camera while he was at work. Because it was unusual for him to have visitors in the middle of the day, he immediately activated the live view feature, and that's when he saw this.
Can I help you?
At first, he mentioned how he didn't think there was anything strange going on, seeing how the visitor was dressed similarly to most utility and telecom workers in the area.
Right.
But after the man began banging insistently on the door and peering through the window into the house, he immediately became suspicious.
Yeah. What's he doing? Is he trying to card his way into the door? What did he have in his hand? Oh, he was just trying the knob with gloves. Okay. That's kind of a cool bag. Who's he waving over?
After
What?
prying at the door with a glove to avoid leaving fingerprints, the man
What is
motions
this
to his
coordinated
accomplice to come
jump?
to the door,
He's
and
not
that's
even
when
wearing a
things get even
mask.
more disturbing.
Are these people crazy? That's his accomplice. That's someone's dad. Who's this chonker? What are you expecting to accomplish here? They're just breaking into this guy's house.
Get away from the door.
Freaking idiots. That's so
While the man in the
embarrassing.
Yankees cap acts as a lookout,
Oh,
the
what
man in the
the hell?
vest uses what appears to be a large screwdriver.
Have these
to
people never broken into a house before? I've never in my life seen anybody use a giant screwdriver to get into a door. Ever. You can either use a credit card or just kick the door in. What are you going to do with a screwdriver? You're going to pry the whole door open, probably 14 inches above the doorknob? That don't make no sense, buddy.
violently pry the door open and
I don't
break
think he's
in.
ever broken in anywhere.
After managing to get the door partially
This is like something that they saw on like 5-minute crafts, like how to pry a door open or something. And it was like the most inefficient way of getting a door open. They're like, we need a giant screwdriver and we could just pop it open. No, you can't. Maybe if it's like a hollow door of an interior of a home, not an actual whole front door.
open, the homeowner manages to activate the two-way talk function and makes his
Wow.
presence known.
And
After
then
the
they
video
scramble.
was made public, the homeowner was
Damn.
interviewed by local police about the incident. The video was then posted to Facebook, where many neighbors and nearby residents claimed to know who the two men were.
Really?
However, it was never confirmed if the two suspects were apprehended. Based on
He pointed right at the camera too. Both of these guys, they like you have a really clear view of their face. This is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen on a doorbell cam. As far as like bumbling idiot criminals.
what was captured on video, the two men were most
Wow.
likely planning an armed robbery. But with no further context, it's impossible to know if that's really what they had in mind or if they plan to do something worse.
That's crazy to me. Guys, make sure you stay safe out there. Keep your doors locked. Don't answer it for strangers. And I guess I would advise getting a doorbell camera so that you can stop people from failing to break open your door and just ruining the door seal. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Smash the like button if you're new. Please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Good night.